Guys, you are training hard, eating right, but the scale isn't moving, and I get it, you're frustrated. If this sounds familiar, you know, for years I obsessed over that number, only to realize that the scale is probably lying to you about your actual progress, especially if you are a natty lifter. So in this video, I'm gonna go over 10 simple, like overlooked ways to track your actual gains that have nothing to do with your actual body weight. So if you're tired of the scale holding you back, stick around. Let's go ahead and talk about them. So the first thing I want to talk about is strength progression. Guys, this is probably one of the #1 ways to actually track your progress rather than just looking at the scale. So what am I talking about when I say strength progression? I'm basically talking about downloading like a tracking app for your workouts. The one I recommend is Boost Camp. There's a free version and a paid version. The free version is like super great. That's what I use. Like you could upgrade, but I've never upgraded. I've never had the need to. It works awesome. It's on iOS and the Play Store as well too, but it's useful because you can track like your workouts, you can track your sets, track your reps, track your weights as well too. You can even track like your rest periods. Like it's super in depth, it's super detailed, and it works amazing. This is good because it allows you to implement progressive overload. And if you're not like implementing progressive overload into your workouts, you are not going to grow. Progressive overload is probably the #1 thing you can like do in terms of your training when it comes to actually growing as a natty lifter. #2 is body part measurements. This is like the most concrete thing that I would say when it comes like that you could do when it comes to like actually tracking your progress, because there's, look at my dog. There's no better like actual physical evidence of growth rather than other than like your muscles actually growing and you measuring them. So what does that look like? Basically, let me pause the video. I'll get something. So right here, I just got it. If you guys get one of these tape measures, these are one of these like movable tape measures, and how it works is basically you just wrap it around like whatever body part you're measuring. So say I want to measure my forearms. Let me get in frame here. You would just measure your forearms, and you'd obviously do a better job. I'm doing a kind of rough estimate here, but you would measure your forearms, and then in a week you would measure again. In a week you would measure again. In a week you would measure again. Or if you don't want to be too like dialed in, you could measure every month, I guess, or every 2 weeks, bi-weekly. But that's one of the ways to do it. You can measure your quads, measure your legs, measure your neck, anything. And like, that's another way. The third thing you can do is actually take progress photos. So what does this look like? Basically, it's exactly, I mean, come on. You guys know, like, you know what progress photos are. You guys aren't dumb, right? Like I shouldn't have to explain this, but I'm gonna explain it anyways, because I know a lot of you guys are probably a little dumb, just like myself. What you want to do is, if you're going to do progress photos as your route for like tracking your progress, is try to take the photo in the exact same place every time with the same lighting and, you know, the same few poses, and then just do it weekly, bi-weekly, or just whenever you work out. Like it's not rocket science. The next thing you guys can focus on is like how your clothes fit. This is another cool thing that I started to experienced like early in my lifting career when I actually started to grow. I used to wear like a small and a medium all the time, but that's when I was like really skinny. Nowadays I wear a large and sometimes even an extra large, and I fill my clothes well. Like I don't look small in them. So if your clothes get tighter, then it's an obvious like physical example of you're actually growing. Another thing, if I look at my notes here, is exercise performance. This is another thing you guys can actually track. If you feel like the exercises you're doing are getting like easier, like that's good, solid proof that you're actually making progress. If you feel like you don't need as much rest between your sets, that's another example as well too. Like when I used to squat, when I first started, it was rough. Like I would get under the bar, I would do my set, and I was like out of breath at the end of it, at the end of my set. But as you get better, your muscular endurance starts to go up a little bit. You get a little bit stronger, and you do a set, and you're like, wow, I could probably do like 10 more reps like right now. Or I could do another set in a row, like no problem. So if you guys start to feel that, you guys start to experience that, that's a good way to track your progress and know that you're growing as well too. Let's see. Another thing you could do, another thing you'd focus on is body fat percentage. So this isn't something I've actually tried myself, but you can get body fat calipers. You can get them on Amazon. I've never bought them, so I don't know how much they are, but how they work is basically like they squeeze the fat on your skin, kind of like they pinch the fat, and it measures like how much fat you have. And each time you measure, if you are like losing weight, then the body fat would go down. And it's not super precise, but it is useful. That's another thing. But guys, that's about it. Those are some of the core ones that I want to talk about. There's some other things I wrote down here, but I feel like they're kind of dumb. Like your workout feel, pump. Like if you feel like you're getting like a really good pump, like typically that's a good, you know, indicator that you have like a decent workout as well too. But that's besides the point. I kind of want to just end it here. Those are the core things. You know, your strength progression, measuring your body parts, progress photos, seeing how your clothes fit, your performance in the gym, and that's about it. So those were like a cool couple of things I wanted to talk about. However, if you guys want to learn more, if you guys want to go more in depth into this information, I've got cool links in the description below that you can check out. So peace out. Bye. See you on the next video.